Hi everyone. So I am on the road today, and I was asked to talk about some of the energy shifts and energy updates that are happening with the conscious collective, the collective conscious, and also Twin Flames. I notice that when I do recordings like this, I tend to say a lot. So I'm sorry for that to begin with, because it's like I stop and think briefly before I say something. I'll use the word So if that bothers you, I apologize, because when I'm channeling, that's not something that I notice that I'm doing, but like just now, it was actually annoying me that I was doing it, because I tried to do this recording earlier and a call came through, so I had to stop. Hopefully I won't say a lot, but if I do, I do. I also want to say that if this does not resonate with you, that's okay. Just simply click off. You don't have to leave a message saying that it doesn't resonate. It doesn't bother me anymore. The negative messages don't bother me anymore. But I don't want to trigger other people. There's no need for it. I just want to have the highest vibration when it comes to everybody that needs to hear this message, because we are going through a pretty big energy shift right now. And happy summer solstice to everybody. Happy Cancer season to everybody. If you are feeling, excuse me, sorry, my allergies are also kind of acting up, just going through the different, as I'm driving, I'm going through all sorts of different weather, rain and stuff, so my allergies are acting up. If I cough or I sound a little nasally, that's why. If you're going through an awakening right now, or the ascension process, and you're feeling all of these shifts happening, you may have some symptoms like headaches or ringing in the ear or stomach problems or not being able to sleep very well. And you may, like I know my twin flame, he sent me a picture this morning. He has this rash on him. He couldn't figure out what it was. And the first thing that came to me was that it's an ascension rash. It just looks like a whole bunch of bug bites on him. And he couldn't figure out where it was coming from. If you're going through symptoms like that and they're worrisome to you, please go see a doctor. Please take care of yourself. Please get some rest if you need to. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Water is a big thing that I had to learn about myself, that I wasn't drinking enough water because I don't like the taste of it. And I recognize that it's the tap water I don't like the taste of. And I know it's because of the treatments, the fluoride treatment and all sorts of treatments that are done with tap water. So I drink filtered water, or the water that has electrolytes added to it that tastes better to me. Also, please make sure you're trying to sleep as much as possible. I know that during these energy shifts, it is very hard to sleep sometimes. I've had some trouble sleeping. I know my twin has had some trouble sleeping. Please try and not let the negative aspects of the world bring you down. I know it's really hard to do that when we are so connected on social media and the news programs. I myself personally no longer watch the news. That's a personal preference for me, just because I have my own reasons, but the presumed entertainment of discord is not my favorite thing to have to deal with. Sorry, I had to take a drink. And I also found myself needing to unsubscribe or not follow people on social media, certain people on social media, because I was no longer resonating with them. And unfortunately, it was kind of sad because in the spiritual world, I've learned a lot on social media. I learned a lot through my journey, but there have been issues within the light worker community, and everybody does light work in a different way, and I do understand that, and they just simply weren't resonating with me anymore. So if you find yourself being triggered by anybody or anything on social media or on TV, movies, television shows, whatever, and no judgment. If you want to watch TV, then watch TV. Don't let anybody tell you how to live your life. I personally know that I am triggered by certain things on the television or on the news, on social media. So I have removed myself. That was my conscious decision. Just do what is best for you, whatever makes you feel like you can sit in a higher vibration. So as these shifts are happening and as the energy continues to update through July with the eclipses and stuff, and the Capricorn full moon is going to be a big energy shift as well, as you know, as is this summer solstice. A lot of twins are coming into unions during this time, or reunions. I have actually seen it happen in my world. There was a couple of months there I was like, I don't ever see this happening. I was really brought down and kind of pulled into the dumps, feeling very low about the journey and the process. And that's something that I had to recognize also, that believing in myself and knowing that even if my twin and I are not supposed to be in union, like physical 3D union, because if you've been following me for a while, you know that we are in semi-separation, where we're in contact with each other, but our 3D worlds are not ready to mesh. And even if our 3D worlds aren't ready to mesh in this lifetime, I know that there is still that purest form of love between the two of us, and we have been able to come to a really good balance of give and take and respect for each other and respect for our individual worlds, along with the healing and teaching that we can do on this journey. And it's funny because he didn't even recognize how much he helps and teaches and heals other people indirectly through me and through our journey. He didn't recognize that. I had to make it aware to him. And so I know that our mission to bring humanity back to the purest form of love is already taking place, whether we are... Sorry, I'm having ringing in my ears right now. And that was a little... Wow. It was kind of like I was hit with it really hard. So anyway, it's nice to know that we can already kind of like fulfill our mission, even if we cannot be together physically in the 3D form. Not saying that, you know, there are times we've had to go into full separation and not be speaking with each other because there are healing moments that need to happen between us. So just know that through this, if you are in a dark place or you are feeling like giving up, it's okay. Nobody can tell you what you're supposed to feel or how you're supposed to go on this journey. And if you feel like you can't do this right now, it's okay to disconnect for a little bit. It's okay to stop watching twin flame videos. It's okay to stop trying to energetically or telepathically connect with your twin flame. Again, and I've said this before, we are never 100% disconnected energetically from our twins. We were connected before we recognized we were twins. We will be connected forever. But that doesn't mean that you can't consciously disconnect so that you can heal yourself and go within. I always tell clients, one of the biggest things about this journey is don't concern yourself with what they personally need to heal in their 3D lives or what they need to heal in their soul, because as you are healing and as your vibration is rising, as you are coming back into a knowing of pure soul, knowing what your truth is, your twin is doing the same. It may not feel like it because you cannot see it physically in the 3D, but it is still happening. The change and the shifts, you don't even have to do anything. It is happening for you. Free will comes in when we choose to either let the process happen or we make it harder on ourselves. And because you already, there's that argument on whether we actually have free will or not. And there's kind of a push and pull between whether we do or not. And I believe that we have free will to a point, because we have written our soul contracts. We already know what our mission is, our soul purpose, the lessons in our soul contract that we are to learn in this lifetime. But where free will comes in is we can choose to either make it harder on ourselves and take detours, or we can choose to let the process happen and follow the synchronicities and follow the signs, etc., etc. That's a topic for another day. I don't want to get too deep into that. I just wanted to address, if you are in a dark place right now and you're feeling like you're kind of alone, please reach out to somebody. A lot of people will think that they're weak if they ask for help. That's not true. When you go through the dark night of the soul, what's happening is your soul is, easiest way to put it, your soul is healing traumas from this lifetime and from past lifetimes so that you can come to your personal truth. It is a purging, it is a clearing, it is not easy. Mine was very, very tough. The universe tried to wake me up for several decades. And when I finally came to the recognition of what was happening, I decided to surrender to it. I can't say that because I feel like all of these years that the universe was trying to wake me up, I kept on resisting it. My soul wasn't quite ready yet. It was trying to be ready, but there were so many other karmic lessons I needed to learn. And finally, I got to that phase. I cannot say that it's easier after surrender, but I'm glad that I did, because I can speak my personal truth. So don't let anybody else get in the way of you speaking your personal truth and surrendering to what your mission is. What else? So we are going into leveling up into a higher vibrational density right now, because there will be a lot of mass awakenings happening after the lunar eclipse. After both of the eclipses in July, the lunar and solar eclipses in July. Kind of like last year in August when we had the eclipses and there was a lot of mass awakenings. I can see that people now are ascending so that we can help. We're ascending more so that we can help with those mass awakenings, so that we can teach and heal people and help them with their soul growth and their soul path. It's not easy to do. And the more people that wake up, the darker energies will be attacking. And I've noticed this too. I myself always try to protect my energy as much as possible. Even like before I go to the grocery store, I will do a meditation for 5 minutes or something to make sure my vibration is or my energy is protected. Hold on. I gotta pause this just for 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. There was a call coming in again, and I recognized that I didn't have to stop the recording altogether. I could just pause it. Yes, I am technologically challenged sometimes, so thanks for bearing with me. This is the first one of these that I've done, so hopefully it's not too terrible, and some people resonate with it. That would be fantastic. So I think the biggest thing that I really want to say to people, really follow the synchronicities and the signs that you are seeing in your life, because that's the universe kind of, and your spirit guides kind of like leading you on the path that you're supposed to go in. I've been seeing a lot of 1s and 4s in context like 1114 or 1144, 1141, or 114. I've also been seeing a lot of 2s. And these are kind of like light codes where it's programming your brain to shift into a higher state of vibration. So if you're seeing these synchronicities, and it doesn't even have to be in number form. I mean, some of them are like 47s and 57s and 87s and stuff like that. If you're seeing synchronicities, signs, stuff like that, make sure that you're following them, because that is your soul urging you in that direction. I always feel like when I see numbers like that and stuff, I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in that moment, and that I am on the right path. Like right now, it's 12:22. Speaking of 2s. And just know that you can reach out to people during this time. It's not easy to be on this twin flame journey. And I understand that so much more these days, seeing, helping other people and being a teacher for other people. And it's confusing because you get so much information. So make sure that, like I always tell people, ask me like, how many readings should I get? Or how soon should I get another reading? And I feel like if you're getting more than like 5 or 6 readings a year, that's too much, because you don't want to have conflicting, especially if it's from a different reader. And I'm not promoting myself here. You need to go to a reader that you resonate with. If that's me, fantastic. I will be here for you. If that's somebody else that you resonate with, wonderful. As long as they are in a very high vibration and you are resonating with them, I am all for it. We need more healers and teachers on this journey, because so many people are waking up to it. Also, just know that your truth is your truth. Don't let somebody else tell you what your journey is supposed to look like. Don't let somebody say you're not supposed, just because you're in separation with your twin, that's probably not your twin. If somebody tells you that the relationship you're in, if it's like an abusive relationship, or something like that, but like somebody's telling you to hold on to it because they're your twin, that's not okay, because you should never keep yourself in an abusive relationship just because there's an energetic connection there. You do have to remember to take care of yourself and keep your vibration high, and abusive relationships do not keep your vibration high. So I think overall, during this time of vibrational awareness, conscious awakenings, really stand firm in your structure and your truth. The way that I personally do that, and it could be different for everybody, but the way that I personally do it is in meditation. I always ground my root chakra before I start meditating to make sure that I am feeling safe and secure within myself, and I make sure my solar plexus is aligned well. I am the person where usually my heart chakra and my sacral chakra is usually more open than it should be, because I worry. I always give more love than I should, and I'm the one that worries too much. I'm learning to align that about myself. More than anything, I want to be here with you guys to walk with you on your journey. I never want to be here to tell you how your journey should look, because your soul contract is different than mine, and it is different than the other person sitting next to you. And we are all here for the same purpose of bringing the vibrational love back to the planet. I don't use the word unconditional, but I will use the word pure. So to me, my mission and my soul purpose in this lifetime is to bring humanity back to the purest form of love that it was initially designed in. And I know that is where my truth aligns. So if you guys are interested in the workshops that I'm doing, we will work on living your most authentic and best life. And there are meditation techniques I will be teaching, and there will be just chakra alignment techniques that I will be teaching. And we will talk about how you surrender to being your most authentic and best self. So those workshops are New York City, July 20th, Boston, July 27th. Oh my gosh, I went blank for a second. Sorry. Austin, Texas is August 17th, and Atlanta, Georgia is August 24th. I hope to meet everybody. I want to meet everybody. I know that's not possible. I am hoping to get to the West Coast. I know a lot of people have been asking me, when are you coming to California? When are you coming to the West Coast? I was actually wanting to do that this fall, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. So I will keep everybody updated with that, but I will head that direction soon. And I wish you all the best. I love you all. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. And I will see you all for the July readings. Bye.